Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or catching up on the drive, welcome to Auto Intelligence. I'm Steve, and I'm here with Claire. We're part of the Auto Agentic team, and this is where we dive deep into the intersection of automotive, AI, and the future of mobility. New episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Our audience keeps growing, and honestly, the conversations we're having with dealers, OEMs, and tech leaders are getting more fascinating every week. Today, we're tackling something that's keeping a lot of dealership leaders awake at night.
Absolutely. We've got some eye-opening research that reveals why 80% of AI projects fail. And spoiler alert, it's not because of the technology.
That's right. The story of AI adoption isn't primarily about algorithms or computing power. It's fundamentally about humans. And in automotive retail, where relationships and trust drive everything, this becomes even more critical.
So grab your favorite mug and let's explore what we're learning about making AI successful in dealerships. Because the findings here, they're going to change how you think about implementing AI tools in your organization.
Steve, when I first saw this research showing that 80% of AI failures are due to human factors rather than technical limitations, my immediate thought was, this explains so much about what we're seeing in dealership implementations.
Exactly. We keep hearing from dealers who've invested in AI tools, whether it's lead nurturing systems, inventory optimization, or service scheduling, and they're frustrated because adoption is slower than expected. But this research reveals it's not the technology that's the problem.
The key insight is trust. When employees trust both the technology and leadership's approach to AI, everything changes. The research shows that when employees feel they have strong leadership support for AI, their positive perception jumps from just 15% to 55%.
That's a massive shift. And in dealerships where your sales team, service advisors, and F&I managers are the ones actually using these tools daily, their perception directly impacts your bottom line. If your team doesn't trust the AI lead scoring system, they're not going to prioritize those leads effectively.
Right, and trust isn't just about the technology, it's about how leadership communicates the role of AI. Are you positioning it as a tool that's going to replace your sales team, or as something that's going to make them more effective at building relationships with customers?
That framing is everything. The research shows that organizations building trust see employee confidence in AI tools increase by 20% when proper training is provided. But here's the concerning part. 82% of workers say their organizations haven't provided AI training.
In the dealership world, that training gap is huge. I mean, you've got sales managers who've been in automotive for 20 years, and suddenly they're expected to use AI tools to prioritize leads or predict customer behavior. Without proper training, of course, there's going to be resistance.
And speaking of resistance, the research identifies something really interesting. 5 psychological barriers that explain why people resist AI. Let me walk through these because they're playing out in dealerships everywhere.
This is fascinating. Go ahead.
First is opacity. People fear AI as a black box they don't understand. In dealerships, this shows up when sales teams get AI-generated lead scores but have no idea how the system calculated them. They see a lead marked as high priority, but it doesn't match their gut instinct about the customer.
The second barrier is emotionlessness, the perception that AI lacks empathy and human understanding. This is huge in automotive retail because selling cars is fundamentally about building trust and understanding customer needs. Sales teams worry that AI can't handle the emotional aspects of helping someone choose their next vehicle.
Third is rigidity. Workers believe AI can't adapt to their unique circumstances. Every dealership has its own processes, its own customer base, its own way of doing things. If the AI tool feels inflexible or doesn't understand their specific context, resistance follows.
Fourth is autonomy, concerns about AI making decisions without human oversight. In dealerships, this might show up as resistance to AI-powered pricing recommendations or automated service scheduling. People want to maintain control over their work processes.
And fifth is what the research calls group membership. Fear that AI doesn't belong in human workspaces. It's like technological speciesism where people inherently distrust non-human intelligence in their work environment.
These barriers manifest differently across dealerships, but the pattern is consistent. The research shows 31% of employees admit to actively sabotaging their company's AI tools, with resistance climbing to 41% among Gen Z workers.
That sabotage statistic is striking, but it's not just stubbornness. It represents rational responses to poorly managed change. If you roll out an AI lead management system without explaining how it works or training your team properly, of course they're going to find ways around it.
Let's talk about what successful organizations do differently, because there are some clear patterns emerging. The best performers start with why, not what. They communicate purpose before process.
Mercedes-Benz is a great example. Their $2.2 billion workforce AI investment isn't framed as replacing roles. It's positioned as empowering employees to become data and AI specialists. That messaging helps employees see AI as career enhancement rather than a threat.
In dealerships, this might mean explaining to your sales team that AI lead scoring helps them focus their time on the most promising prospects so they can build deeper relationships and close more deals. It's about augmentation, not automation.
The research shows that when AI complements human expertise rather than replacing it, both productivity and job satisfaction increase.
In automotive retail, this translates beautifully. AI can analyze customer behavior patterns to identify when someone's likely to be in market for a vehicle, but the sales professional still controls the relationship building and consultation process.
You're listening to Auto Intelligence, brought to you by Auto Agentic,
the platform transforming automotive retail with intelligent, human-centered AI. We're not just delivering technology, we're delivering trusted guidance that empowers your team to thrive in an AI-enhanced environment.
Now back to today's topic. Claire, let's dive into the training piece, because this is where many dealerships are missing a huge opportunity.
The research is unambiguous here. Organizations where employees receive at least 5 hours of dedicated AI training report significantly higher regular usage. But most organizations haven't provided any training at all.
5 hours might not sound like much, but it's about quality, not just quantity. Effective AI training programs start with fundamental AI literacy, helping employees understand what AI can and cannot do, how it makes decisions, and where human judgment remains essential.
In dealerships, this might mean showing your service advisors how the AI scheduling system considers customer preferences, service bay availability, and technician expertise to recommend optimal appointment times. When they understand the logic, they're more likely to trust and use the recommendations.
The best training programs include hands-on interaction rather than theoretical discussions. Let your sales team experiment with the AI lead scoring system using real data from past customers they remember well. When they see how the AI identified patterns they recognize, trust builds naturally.
And it's not just one-time training. The most successful organizations treat AI education as ongoing development. They create communities of practice where employees share experiences and provide peer mentoring programs.
I'm seeing this in progressive dealer groups. They're pairing AI-comfortable younger staff with experienced managers who bring deep automotive knowledge. It's a two-way learning process that benefits everyone.
Let's talk about the generational divide, because it's particularly relevant in dealerships where you often have multiple generations working together.
Right. Younger employees often demonstrate higher AI adoption rates, but may lack the business context to use AI most effectively. Meanwhile, experienced workers bring valuable domain knowledge, but may need additional support with AI tools.
The solution isn't choosing one approach, it's leveraging complementary strengths. The research shows that reverse mentoring programs work really well, where younger employees teach AI tools while learning business context from experienced colleagues.
I love that concept. Imagine a seasoned F&I manager learning AI-powered financing options from a tech-savvy recent hire while sharing decades of customer relationship wisdom in return. Both parties win.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the psychological ownership piece. The research shows that when employees are involved in AI system design and implementation, adoption rates improve by 50%.
This is huge. Instead of IT departments or corporate headquarters choosing AI tools and rolling them out, successful organizations involve end users in the selection and customization process.
In dealerships, this might mean forming a cross-functional team that includes sales managers, service advisors, and parts counter staff to evaluate AI tools and provide input on features and interfaces. When people help shape the implementation, they feel ownership rather than imposition.
The research also highlights something called uniqueness neglect. Employees resist AI tools they perceive as inflexible or incapable of understanding their specific context. But when they're involved in customizing those tools, this barrier disappears.
Right. If your service department helps configure the AI scheduling system to account for your specific technician specialties and customer preferences, they're much more likely to embrace it.
Let's talk about measurement, because organizations are moving beyond traditional ROI metrics to include human-centered measurements that capture the full impact of AI adoption.
The research suggests tracking employee engagement metrics like time savings through AI assistance. Successful implementations show 5 or more hours per week, and confidence levels in using AI tools through regular surveys.
In dealerships, you might also track voluntary versus mandated usage rates, which indicate genuine employee buy-in. If your sales team starts using the AI lead scoring system even on weekends or during slow periods, you know you've achieved real adoption.
Cultural transformation indicators are equally important. Rates of internal AI innovation, cross-departmental collaboration on AI initiatives, and leadership effectiveness scores in change management.
Here's what's really interesting. The research shows that human success metrics often predict technical success better than purely technical measures. If your team is engaged and confident with AI tools, the business results usually follow.
Speaking of results, let's discuss what this means for the future of automotive retail. The evidence converges on a clear conclusion. Successful AI adoption is 70% about people and ways of working, and only 30% about technology.
That's a profound insight for an industry that's historically been very technology-focused. The dealers who thrive with AI will be those who invest heavily in their people, communicate purpose clearly, and treat employees as partners in transformation.
The competitive advantage won't go to dealerships with the most sophisticated AI algorithms, but to those that most effectively combine artificial intelligence with human wisdom, creativity, and judgment.
And in automotive retail, where relationships and trust are everything, this human-centric approach becomes even more critical. Your customers aren't just buying a product. They're entering into a relationship with your dealership.
The AI tools that succeed will be those that enhance your team's ability to build those relationships, not replace them. Whether it's AI helping sales consultants better understand customer preferences or service advisors optimize maintenance schedules, the human element remains central.
As we wrap up today's conversation, what's leaving the strongest impression on you from this research?
3 things really stand out. First, the trust factor. When employees feel supported by leadership in AI adoption, their positive perception more than triples. Second, the training gap is enormous and represents a huge missed opportunity. And third, resistance isn't irrational. It's often a reasonable response to poorly managed change.
For me, it's the realization that we've been approaching AI implementation backwards. We've been starting with technology capabilities and hoping people adapt, when we should be starting with human needs and designing AI implementations that serve them. The research shows that when organizations involve employees in AI system design, adoption rates improve by 50%. That's not just a nice to have, it's a competitive necessity. The future belongs to organizations that understand AI adoption as fundamentally a human challenge requiring human-centered solutions. In automotive retail, where your success depends on your team's ability to build relationships and serve customers, this becomes even more critical. The dealerships that invest in trust building, comprehensive training, transparent communication, and ethical governance will create workplaces where both humans and AI thrive together, delivering outcomes neither could achieve alone. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive into the forces shaping automotive retail. This conversation reinforces something we believe deeply at Auto Agentic, that the most successful AI implementations are those that empower people rather than replace them. This episode was produced by the team at Auto Agentic. Learn more at autoagentic.ai. We'd like to thank our producer, Barry Hillier, co-founder and CEO of Auto Agentic AI, for his continued vision in exploring how AI can truly serve the automotive industry. If you'd like to reach out with topic suggestions, thoughts on today's discussion, or general feedback, email us at barry@autoagentic.ai. Barry is always on the lookout for exciting new companies, innovative leaders, and emerging trends that are reshaping mobility and the future of automotive retail.